Hello everyone, welcome back to the Boogeyman 45 channel. It seems you all really liked my video covering the Monster High G1 movies. To be honest, I wasn't expecting the video to do as well as it did. The first 3 or so days of the video being up, it didn't have much over 100 views, but now as I'm recording this video, it has 23k views, which is just insane to me. Thank you all so much for your support, it's greatly appreciated. Before this video's release, I put up a poll on my community tab asking what video you all wanted me to make next, and the highest voted answer was a video ranking all the characters from Ever After High. I'm sure most of you already know what the series is, but I'll summarize for those who don't. In 2013, toy company Mattel wanted to create a sister series to their most popular doll line, Monster High. This series would focus on the children of fairy tale characters going to school to learn to follow their destiny. The idea for this show would eventually become Ever After High. Like Monster High, Ever After High has an expansive and colorful cast of characters. Today, I will be ranking them from least to most favorite. But before I do this, let me establish some ground rules. As mentioned before, Ever After High has a lot of characters, and to save myself the time and trouble, I'll not be including characters that don't speak or do not play a major role in any sort of way. So, sorry to all the fans of that one red-haired girl, I'm a fan too, but she will not be on this list. I will also not include characters that are exclusive to the books, as I've only read the first of Shannon Hale's books. With these rules set, let's get on to the ranking. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Number 48, the 3 Billy Goats. These goats made the bottom purely off of the fact that they're mostly backgrounders, which will make you think I'd take them off this list, but I included them for a reason. At some point during Ever After High's release, the episodes featuring the 3 little piggies were edited to replace them with the 3 Billy Goats. I don't know the reason why, but I just thought this bit of trivia was interesting, so I wanted to include it. If anyone knows the reason why they were replaced, let me know down in the comments. Number 47, the 3 Little Pigs. These 3 are this low for similar reasons to the previous entry. Shame they got replaced. Number 46, the Snow King and Queen. I don't really care about these 2. Number 45, Jackie Frost and North Wind. I don't care about these 2 either, but I like Jackie Frost's design. Number 44, Bunny Blanc. Bunny is a character that I wanted to like. She's got a cute design, and I like rabbits, but all she really gets to do is crush on Alistair. Number 43, Crystal Winter. She's got a cool design, but I don't really care about her either. Number 42, Alistair Wonderland. Here for similar reasons as Bunny. Number 41, Hopper Croakington II. His frog gimmick is funny, but I don't remember much else about him except he had a crush on Briar. Number 40, Chase Redford. I like the knight in shining armor thing he's got going on, but he never really stood out to me. Number 39, Michelle Mermaid. Michelle is one of those characters who showed up a little too late into the game for me to really get attached to her, appearing in the last season of the webisodes. I might have liked her better if she got to appear more. Number 38, Justine Dancer. Here for the same reasons as Michelle. Number 37, Nina Thumbell. Same reasons as the past 2 characters. She was a little too late in the show's run for me to really get attached to her. Though, I like that she has the same voice actress as Draculaura.
We can learn a lot from the little world right underfoot.
Number 36, Farrah Good Fairy. Like the past 3, I think, entries, she was just a little bit too late to the party, no pun intended. But I like the fairy godmother, so I was glad to see she got an Ever After High equivalent. It's kinda strange that it took them this long though. Number 35, Snow White. Snow White only appeared in Dragon games, so I don't know much about her, but I like her dynamic with Apple. Number 34, the Queen of Hearts. She's Lizzie's mom, and Lizzie's cool. Number 33, Gingerbread House. I like that she has the same voice actress as Cleo from Monster High, but that's all I remember about her really.
I just want to bake for everyone, but even Gus and Helga Crumb won't try my treats.
Number 32, Baba Yaga. I like her moving house. Number 31, Milton Grimm. Headmaster Grimm was an interesting antagonist at the start of the series, but after Throne Coming, he kind of took a backseat. Number 30, The Big Bad Wolf. The Big Bad Wolf is this high because I think it's really interesting that he married Little Red Riding Hood. It's a cool subversion. Also, he's Cerise's dad, so that's a plus. Number 29, Dexter Charming. This may be a controversial placement, but I've never been big on Dexter. His crush on Raven was cute, but it felt like that relationship never got properly resolved. Number 28, Cheshire Cat. As the mother of Kitty Cheshire, I really liked her energy, and she was chill for helping the gang out during Way 2 Wonderland. Though I wish her relationship with Kitty was better explored. Number 27, Lily Bo Peep. Lily is this high purely because I like her design. She deserved a doll and definitely should have gotten a webisode dedicated to her. Number 26, Holly and Poppy O'Hare. I put these two together because I don't really have any thoughts about them individually. They are twins, so their stories are usually intertwined. I don't have much to say about them, but I still like them. Number 25, Courtly Jester. Courtly was a fun antagonist in Way 2 Wonderland, and her climactic final battle with Raven was a highlight of that otherwise middling special. Though, I'm not sure why they had her attend the school later. Apparently it was an online vote thing.
So, get online and vote to set me free!
Number 24, Ashlyn Ella and Hunter Huntsman. Similar to Holly and Poppy, I put these two together because their stories mostly involve each other. Their relationship is cute, but it kind of feels like that's all they have going on. Number 23, Giles Grimm. When I first started Ever After High, it was really interesting seeing Giles Grimm appear, speaking in Riddlish and giving vague hints about the future storylines.
The raven flies, the clouds, they sing. But what should happen when the tide rolls in?
It really hooked me as to where the story was going to go. It was also fun seeing him play off Maddie, who was translating his Riddlish into English. And it was super cute to see how excited she was when Giles' curse was finally lifted.
Giles, you can talk! Like, everyone can understand you talk!
Yes, Madeline.
Number 22, Darling Charming. The most talked about aspect of Darling is the fact that she's destined to be Apple's Prince Charming. Though, I would probably like Darling a lot more if we actually got to see her relationship with Apple develop. But that's not exactly the staff's fault because their show got cancelled. Number 21, Humpty Dumpty. This placement might surprise some people, as I'm sure Humpty Dumpty isn't the first character you think of when you think best Ever After High characters. But hear me out. He's a chill dude and has two very memorable episodes for me. The one where Apple fixes his eggs and teaches him to pay it forward, and in turn, he helps out Duchess. And then there's the webisode where Jillian Beanstalk helps him conquer his fear of heights, which is a really clever idea, by the way. Overall, I like his vibe, and I'm always a fan of characters voiced by Cindy Robinson. Number 20, Jillian Beanstalk. Jillian is one of the few characters introduced near the end of Ever After High's run that stuck in my mind. As mentioned before, her episode where she helps Humpty Dumpty conquer his fear of heights was fun, and I like her go-get-em attitude. Number 19, The Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter is a great dad. Of all the parents in Ever After High, he seems to be one of the few who has a great relationship with his kids. He's really responsible as well, taking in Kitty and Lizzie when the Evil Queen's magic infected Wonderland. He's underrated, that's for sure. Number 18, Duchess Swan. Duchess Swan reminds me of Toralei from Monster High. She's a real piece of work and is usually really annoying, but the moments where she does act genuine are always nice to see. Number 17, Ramona Badwolf. If Ramona Badwolf has no fans, then I'm dead. Her design is great, and her voice by Cindy Robinson fits her perfectly.
Hello, Cerise. Oh, please, Hood. You couldn't find your way out of a paper bag.
Like other characters introduced in the last season, she was sorta late to the game, but she gets clout from being related to Cerise. Number 16, Melody Piper. Melody is a character who mostly stays in the background, but I've always taken a liking to her. Her design is cool, and I'm big on music and composing, so I vibe with her DJ stuff. No hate to Laura Bailey, but I massively prefer the voice Karen Strassman gives Melody.
What up, Ever After? Ready for me to drop some true hearts tunes? Yay! My song is gonna guide little Mouse-Tro here to the cheese at the end of this maze.
Number 15. Brooke Page. Brooke Page is a very unique character in the series. She's the daughter of the two narrators, and is a lot more reckless than them, interfering in the stories,
And the Bandersnatches, and the Mole Rats, and the...
Look, you know better than that. No spoilers.
accidentally spoiling future plot events,
Come on! What about the Queen of Hearts, and Wonderland, and...
Patience, Brooke. All in good time.
I like the chaotic energy she brought to the specials. Also, if you didn't know, during the scene where Giles Grimm watches the girls go into each other's stories, Brooke Page can briefly be seen in the background, appearing in a mirror. Pretty cool. Number 14. Rosabella Beauty. As a massive Beauty and the Beast fan, Rosabella had to be in my top 20. I really like her design. You can instantly tell that she's supposed to be Belle just from a glance. I also like what they did with her in Daring in Epic Winter, but I'll save that for his entry. Number 13. The Evil Queen / Mira Shards. I like the Evil Queen. Her beef with Snow White turning out to be unresolved high school drama is pretty silly, but it's fitting for the two characters. And I'm a fan of how much she contrasts with Raven. In the second chapter of Shannon Hale's Storybook of Legends, there's a scene where Raven meets the Evil Queen in the Mirror Prison, and it's so clear how entirely selfish she is. Rather than asking Raven how she's doing, she asks how the world's getting along without her, and how she wishes she raised Raven to be more evil. Excellent characterization on Hale's part. Also, Mira Shards is such a clever yet simple name. Number 12. C.A. Cupid. C.A. Cupid is a very interesting character to me. For those who are unaware, Cupid initially started off as a character in Monster High, first appearing in the film Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love? However, when Ever After High began, she transferred over to the fairy tale school to fulfill her destiny as the next Cupid, I think. This decision raises a lot of interesting lore questions that I'm not really going to get into to save time. I think the idea of having Cupid, goddess of love, be a hopeless romantic is pretty funny, though seeing her get done dirty by Dexter so many times was pretty sad.
Will you go to the movies with me tonight?
Oh, sure. I'd love to. I'll see you at 8.
Great! I'll see you then. That's rough, buddy.
Number 11. Blondie Locks. Initially, I had Blondie much lower on this list, but after doing some reflection, I decided to put her here. She's got a very fun gimmick, always making sure things are just right, and her being a habitual thief and easily breaking into people's houses is hilarious.
Just ignore her. Maybe she'll go away.
Oh, they must not be home.
Another aspect of Blondie that's interesting is that she sides with the royals, but doesn't actually come from any royalty herself. In the webisode Blondie Branches Out, it's shown that Blondie lies about her heritage in order to make people believe she's more royal than she actually is. I think this is pretty cool, as it's interesting to see people on the royal side of things struggling with their identities. Number 10. Lizzie Hearts. Lizzie has hands down one of the best designs in the show. Her look is absolutely stunning, and does a great job communicating that Queen of Hearts vibe. I also love how neurotic she seems during the earlier webisodes.
We haven't heard from Lizzie Hearts.
Off with the head!
Excuse me, can I borrow your salt?
No! Off with the salt! Mine!
Number 9. Kitty Cheshire. Kitty's another Ever After High character that reminds me of Toralei. Besides the obvious cat theme, she's very much a trickster and loves causing problems. Though, it seems like she mainly does this because she wants to make her mother proud of her. This comes up as a plotline in Spring Unsprung, and it was a nice little arc, but I wish it had a better conclusion. Also, Kitty has one of my favorite webisodes, Kitty's Curious Tale. This episode revolves around the narrators losing their minds arguing over if there's more royals or rebels, and they can't figure out which side Kitty's on. Much to their annoyance, Kitty doesn't tell them if she's a royal or not.
I would tell them, but where's the fun in that? Chaos is keeping people guessing, and that makes this kitty purr.
Number 8. Cedar Wood. I love Cedar. She's got this extremely adorable vibe to her, and the fact that she can't tell a lie creates a lot of funny scenes, and her brutal honesty is very welcome. Her introduction scene immediately made me like her character.
I'm Cedar Wood, and I pledge to follow my destiny and be the next Pinocchio. Well, I mean, not the next Pinocchio. I mean, actually, I can only tell the truth while I'm in school, but then one day I'm gonna lie. But does that mean that I'm gonna be like my dad or not like my dad?
Next.
Number 7. Daring Charming. Daring is a character that I did not expect to like at first. Initially, I found him very annoying and kind of stupid, but those traits are exactly what make him great. You can't help but laugh at his dumb smile and arrogant attitude. And he gets an interesting plotline in Epic Winter after learning that he wasn't Apple's Prince Charming. Daring is entirely scattershot about what to do now that he doesn't know his destiny. However, the movie reveals that he's actually the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, not Prince Charming, which is pretty cool. Number 6. Faye Belle Thorne. I absolutely love Faye Belle. She's so silly, and she's kind of an idiot, it's great. She's the daughter of the Dark Fairy, better known as Maleficent. Faye Belle is a very self-centered character, and has a lot of hilarious moments. My favorite episode with her is A Tale of Two Parties. In this episode, she throws a party for herself, about herself, with posters of herself all over the walls. But when Ashlyn, Farrah, Holly, and Poppy keep swapping between her party and Hunter's, Faye Belle almost puts a curse on them, but stops because...
Hey, did you know that they have a carousel at the other party? Yay!
Number 5. Cerise Hood. Cerise has always been one of my favorite characters. Her backstory is very interesting, being the child of the Big Bad Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood. I love her design as well. It very much reads Red Riding Hood, but the streaks of white and gray really help to give wolf vibes. I also like that they don't directly state her fairy tale for a while, but with context clues you can pretty much grab that she's tied to the Big Bad Wolf in some way. Also, did you know that Cerise's name means cherry in French? So her name is basically Red Hood. Pretty cool. Number 4. Maddie Hatter. How can you not love Maddie? She's sweet and funny, and I absolutely love the goofy energy she brings to the show. She's a great friend to everyone, and it was a genius choice to have her be able to interact with the narrators.
Who's telling this story? If you don't...
Would you two stop fighting? Peas and crackers.
Who are you talking to?
Why, the narrators. Oh, you can't hear him, Raven. Only I can.
Also, did you know that her middle name is Xylophone? Number 3. Briar Beauty. Briar is another character that I did not expect to like when I first started Ever After High. She seemed like a generic party girl, but Thronecoming did a lot for me to like her character. The arc she goes through about questioning her destiny is great, being afraid of the fact that she's gonna sleep for 100 years and outlive all her friends. It was weirdly existential and a really cool topic for Ever After High to cover. Her decision to throw away the storybook of legends at the end was cool too, if only it resolved in a more satisfying way, but I'll save that for my special ranking video. Number 2. Applewhite. I'm sure most people saw these top 2 choices coming, but can you really blame me? Apple's a great character. At first, she came off as very selfish, not considering how Raven felt about her destiny, and constantly pressuring her to be evil so she could get her own happily ever after. The show makes it very obvious that you're not supposed to like her, and she's somewhat of an antagonist early on. But as the series continued, Apple's point of view began to be more understandable, and she got more depth. Apple's main motive for wanting to stick so close to her destiny is fear. In Chapter 10 of the Storybook of Legends by Shannon Hale, it's revealed that Apple almost drowned as a kid when she fell down a well. It was a very traumatic experience for her, causing her to become afraid of the unknown. There was so much she couldn't control, and the only thing that guaranteed her safety was her storybook destiny. So she clung to it, hard. Everyone had to follow their destiny, or else the world would go into chaos, and chaos brings in the unknown. However, over the course of the series, she began to understand Raven's point of view more, and came to believe that people should be allowed to choose their own destinies. Apple deserves the number 2 spot. Number 1. Raven Queen. The main character of Ever After High. It's natural that Raven would be on the top of this list. Like I mentioned before, her and Apple's dynamic is a big part of what makes the show so entertaining. From the beginning, I thought the concept for her character was interesting. The daughter of a famous villain being forced to follow in her mother's footsteps, despite not wanting to. I think we can all relate to times where society places expectations on us that we never agreed to and don't want to follow. Raven deals with these expectations almost constantly, with everyone assuming she's just like her mother, and being forced to room with Apple, who she's destined to poison. Her interactions with Apple early on are funny but kind of sad as well, as it feels like Raven can't get a break from her destiny.
Raven, I adore you, but like the other day, you spilled that everlasting black ink all over my new ball gown.
That was an accident. I felt really bad and said I was sorry like 100 times.
You're not supposed to apologize. You're evil.
But what if I don't want to?
This culminates in Legacy Day, where she finally decides to make a choice, choosing to write her own destiny, sparking the royal versus rebel conflict. Despite me understanding Raven's point of view, she's not entirely perfect. Her defying her destiny was a choice I supported, but like Apple brings up in Thronecoming, she didn't know what was going to happen after she didn't sign. She risked the chance of everyone going poof just for her own sake. This is a really nice parallel, as it shows both Apple and Raven are selfish in their own ways. And just like the former, Raven comes to understand Apple's point of view and supports people to follow their destinies if they want to. Overall, Raven is a great main character and deserves the #1 spot. I hope you all enjoyed this ranking. It was honestly hard to place a lot of these characters, and I'll probably end up disagreeing with my own rankings by the time I'm done with this video. Either way, I'm curious to hear your all's thoughts down in the comments. I love Ever After High, and plan to talk about it more in the future, but for my next video, I'll be returning to the world of Monster High. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and stay spooky.
BRB!